Welcome to the Pod, a deep dive into the people that make up the School of Communication at Chapman University in Orange, California.
Welcome. Microphone. I'm so sorry. Welcome. Look at you. Hey, how y'all doing today out there? Welcome to the Pod, the podcast where we take a deep dive into the School of Communication at Chapman University in Orange County, California, and learn about the people within it. I am your host, DJ Jimmy C, the Exoneree. And today's guest from the School of Communication is none other than Dr. Andrea Weber. Welcome, Dr. Weber. It is my honor and pleasure to have you here today. So how are you today, ma'am?
I'm doing great. This is a lot of fun. I love being here.
It is an enormous honor for myself to have you here today, along with DJ Curley. We have DJ Curley in the studio, and I'd like to just say a little short something to DJ Curley. That's for DJ Curley. But hey, we're gonna have a wonderful segment here with Dr. Weber, and we're gonna do our very best to entertain the audience and give you all some insights and information about the School of Comm and letting you all know how and who Dr. Weber is here at Chapman University. So we've seen each other, Dr. Weber, throughout the year here on campus, and those meetings have been very, very fruitful. And I want to just begin to let the audience know, you have been so helpful to me, and so just courteous and giving and caring, and I just want to thank you personally before we even begin into this segment.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Appreciate it. And I want to ask you, from our first encounter, is it something like special that you think clicked? Because I mean, of course, we'll get into it and talk about a little bit about West Virginia. But what did you see in me? Because you were just so cursed. Or is this you're like this with every student, every staff member, everybody gets the same treatment?
Jimmy, every time I see you, you have like a million people, like a million fans, like gravitating towards you. So it's just, I think, you do have that magnetic personality. You got to admit it.
Well, I appreciate that. I've heard that a time or two. But let me tell you, it's just been wonderful. And seeing you every day with a smile and your graciousness, it's been wonderful. So I'm going to get into this and ask you, so how long have you been here at Chapman University?
I got here in 2016. So what is that, about 5 years now?
6.
Mm-hmm. 6? Is that 6?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I can count. It's 2022.
Yes. So what brought you to Chapman University?
Well, they were just starting the School of Communication. It was a department in Wilkinson College, and they were just beginning the School of Communication. So Keith, my husband, and I came out here, Keith, to build a PhD program and help build a PhD program within the School of Communication, and it's going to help start really helping the undergraduate program here in the School of Communication. So really helping to build that program out with the amazing faculty that we have.
That's awesome. And you spoke about Dr. Weber, your husband, Dr. Keith Weber. Surely we'll try to get him in the studio also and get a little information about him. But is there anything you want to share? A little something about Dr. Weber?
Well,
giving us prior.
He used
info?
to be a DJ, so I have a feeling he's going to really love being here. Yeah.
And we're going to love having him here. So I hear you say you came in here. So where'd you come from? Tell us about that.
Well, I came from West Virginia University. I was a student there for a while, and then I was teaching there for almost 20 years when we got recruited out here. Yeah.
Wow, isn't that something?
Yeah.
So you were in Morgantown.
I was in Morgantown, West Virginia. Yeah.
The hills. So wow. So Chapman is very, very fortunate to have you and your husband as a part of the staff now. But man, so we have a West Virginia, I guess,
connection.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to Morgantown and had a few good times in Morgantown. It's a wonderful atmosphere, wonderful place for college students and businesses, I must say. And I'm sure you'll agree with that.
Yeah, it's a good small town. My kids were born there. I have a real affinity for that town, but got to say the weather here is much better.
I'm sure you've seen a few couches burning in Morgantown.
Yes, I did witness a few of those.
Yeah, that's what they do in Morgantown during the football events and the games. I guess win or lose, a couch is going to be burned. But, yes.
West Virginia University's PR department is not going to be liking that we're talking about that.
Well, I want to take that out then. Just disregard those words. So I'll tell you, have you ever been over here to Chapman University? I mean, not Chapman University.
Radio?
Chapman Radio, yes.
Yeah, I actually did an interview about it maybe 6 months ago, something like that.
What?
Yeah.
I thought I was the first interview.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I love it here. I'll come back anytime.
Well, this is a wonderful opportunity. I'm thankful that you shared your grace and presence here with us today. And I just want you to know that you're always welcome here at Chapman Radio. So for everyone out there listening, we're bringing back the great Dr. Andrea Weber. And we want you all to be aware of this and be ready. Stay tuned. She's going to come back with even more information and share more of her worldliness and everything. But I just want to ask a few more questions in this segment and just try to give the audience just a little bit more insight about Dr. Weber. So Dr. Weber, coming from Morgantown University in West Virginia, what type of atmosphere was that in relation to the students and the staff?
Yeah, so I mean, it's a large public school. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely a change moving from a large public institution to a small private school here in Orange, California.
Yes.
So I loved my students in West Virginia University.
Yes.
Very different though than what I have here. And I got to say the energy of my students here and their interest in just learning and being here to make the most out of their education. It's amazing. It makes my job so much more fun that the people are here because they really want to learn. So
awesome. And like I said, when I first met you, it was the radiant smile that got me, and you were so gracious and caring and offering help and assistance. And that's what West Virginia does in a lot of ways. You have so many good people and individuals that are just always offering help and trying to share. And I know you brought that contagious, infectious type of attitude here at Chapman, and we just welcome it, and we thank you for just coming over. I'm thankful, because you've helped me beyond measure. Thank you so much.
Well, it's definitely mutual, Jimmy. We love having you around and just your energy and your positivity. It's great for our school. We're really happy that you're part of our school.
Well, thank you so much. And this concludes the first segment, and we're going to just let you all have a little short break, and we'll be right back.
Current breaking, trending, latest update today, live headline.
Wait, what did you just say?
Is it getting hot in here?
Yeah, it definitely is, but I didn't touch the heat, did you?
No, but now that I look at our guest, it looks like their seat's on fire.
It definitely is. Is it time for the hot seat?
Hold on. Goddamn heart rate's about 130.
Here we are at a hot seat. And this hot seat segment is it's just want to ask some random questions, and I'll choose a few of those, and we'll ask Dr. Weber to just answer a few of these questions. And we kind of went into a lot of other things about Dr. Weber's background and things of that sort. But before I go into the hot seat, I want to just speak a little bit about some more things involving this podcast and let you all know the purpose of this podcast is to introduce our wonderful world of communication studies and professors and lecturers and staff to our audience, which consists of students, faculty, and all individuals interested. And I'm honored for this opportunity to facilitate such a wonderful and meaningful podcast. So with that said, I want to ask Dr. Weber a few questions here. And this is going to be like rapid fire. You can answer them, Dr. Weber, as quick as possible. If you can, appreciate you. So the first question is, what is the last book that you've read?
Cloud Cuckoo Land.
Cloud Cuckoo Man. Please give us a little information on that.
Well, I'm actually in the middle of it right now. But it's interesting. It goes the past, present, and future. And it's tied together by kind of Greek mythology and flashes to the Odyssey and things like that. It's fun so far, but I guess I'm only halfway done. So
Awesome. That's awesome. So who's the author of that book?
Anthony Doerr, I think.
Okay.
Doorr, maybe.
Okay, thank you. So audience, you guys check that out. So let me ask you this, our next question. What is your favorite city and why?
See, now we're going back to Morgantown because it's where my kids were born. It's where I met my spouse. Like that place has lots of special memories.
Understandable. So what is the last song that was stuck in your head?
Oh goodness. It's we don't talk about Bruno. That from the movie about the madrigals. It's a cartoon, Disney.
Bruno Mars?
No. It's a Disney cartoon. You haven't seen it yet?
I haven't seen it. I'm sorry, I haven't seen it.
All right. It's a great movie.
Okay.
But yeah.
Awesome. So tell us something people don't know about you. Something I guess nice. Something, I guess something exciting that people don't know.
Something exciting. When I was a teenager, I worked in a pickle factory for a couple weeks.
Okay.
I don't know if that's nice. I can wiggle my ears.
That's pretty special. I mean, yeah, that's pretty special. I can't even imagine. That is nice.
Not too exciting, I guess.
So what is your favorite food?
My favorite food is probably, it was sushi, but since I moved out to California, I have become obsessed with poke bowls and poke overall. I love it.
Okay.
It was something
Poke
I don't
bowl.
remember on the East Coast, but since I came out here, there's poke everywhere. And yeah.
Okay. So what's your favorite social media platform and why?
I'm really away from a lot of social media. Probably the one I use the most is Twitter, just because that's where I get a lot of news and connections to people that, share similar interests and concerns and things like that.
Okay. So that is, I guess that'll conclude the hot seat in the hot segment. So we're going to take a short break and we'll come right back. And you all just stay tuned. Thank you.
Now this is a story. The story of my life.
Here we are with the story of my life. And I want to let everyone out there know this is story time. We're going to go into something very smooth, very simple. These are specific stories that talk about a brief time here at Chapman School of Communication at the University of Chapman. And these questions will be for Dr. Weber. And Dr. Weber, you can just answer them at your leisure. What drew you to Chapman University?
I think the opportunity to help build a program and build a school was really exciting. And also the contrast of moving to a small private school, I think was really exciting to us. So actually I just found out last night that my oldest kid got into Chapman.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Yay.
So
that is
very
worthy
excited
of applause.
Yay.
I want to ask you, so your child just made it in. What that's got to be some type of feeling, man. That's got to be wonderful. Wow.
Well, honestly, it was a bit of a relief. We were really hoping that Max would get in, but yeah.
Awesome. So let's go to the next question. What has been your most difficult moment thus far at Chapman?
I think this semester, I mean, probably very similar to everybody else, the semester that we went online. And I think just seeing part of it was kind of inspiring because I saw the resilience in our students. Our faculty were incredible. In fact, our students have said that to us, that they really were amazed by how well school comm faculty transitioned to the online environment. But just seeing, especially my graduating seniors ending their time at Chapman that way, I think was just really hard. And the stress, mental health issues that I saw from my students, it was really hard to watch how people were struggling with the pandemic. So
Sure. I even started a workout. Of course, most of you all know my story. And I just began a workout to let people know, release some of that energy, release some tension, work out, keep active, put yourself in a position to continue to grow throughout this ordeal or throughout our situation with this pandemic.
ooh, so how do I find the workout?
Oh, it's somewhere out there. No. It's out on my page. If you go to my Facebook page, Jimmy C. Gardner, Jimmie with the letter C, Gardner, it's in there.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I enjoyed it. But being in a place of solitude, where it's just a lot of people were home alone and we couldn't interact with other people. And so I went through something similar. And I just wanted to be able to share with people and let them know, look, meditation, enjoying yourself, staying active. I always say idle time is the devil's workshop. If you're staying active and keeping yourself busy, you're not going to think about, well, I'm here by myself, or I don't know what to do. There's no one around. Okay, get active, read a book, work out, do something to get yourself going, exert some energy. So that's what I did during the pandemic. And I feel like we're at the end of this pandemic. We're in a good space right now.
Yeah, nobody's wearing masks right now.
Nobody's wearing masks. That's a
little
beautiful
weird.
thing. It seems kind of weird, but here we are. My next question to you would be, what has been your most rewarding moment thus far here at Chapman University?
Most rewarding moment.
So many.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say that there's one thing that really stands out, but when I love watching our students when they're working on like a project or some sort of an event, and then it just all comes together, just watching that all come together and see, their learning and their enjoyment and just the connection that they have to each other and to the school is just, yeah, I love that.
So it's about the students. Let's give a big round of applause to the students. Yeah, all the students out there. So my last question in this story time would be, who has been your greatest influencer? What has really moved Dr. Weber to be who she is and where you are today? There has to be some great people that you've aligned with throughout your life and your parents or someone. Give us someone special. Who has been that greatest influencer?
I actually probably my previous at West Virginia University, I had a chair there almost my entire time when I was working there for almost 20 years. And he was just a phenomenal leader. He really taught me a lot about management of people and leadership and just creating community. And I think that, I think about him almost every day when I'm making any kind of a decision. What would Matt Martin do? And that's kind of my mantra.
No doubt. And that name again?
Matt Martin.
Matt Martin.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to give a shout out to Mr. Matt Martin out there. And thank you for what you did with Dr. Weber. Dr. Weber, I'm sorry, Dr. Weber. So, Dr. Weber, I got you here for a few seconds. I know it's story time, but there's a few things people don't know, and I want to do a little backtrack with you if you don't mind. You're such a wonderful professor, a wonderful person. just kind of what exactly is your role here at Chapman University? Tell us what you do to help so many students and staff. I mean, just give us that, because I don't want to undermine this interview.
Oh, well, my role is assistant dean for advising in student life. So a lot of what I do is kind of the putting out fires and trying to problem solve, which I love that. I think trying to find, where we're missing things, where the gaps are, and trying to get them filled is a lot of what I do. But I guess the one thing I want to say, if I have any kind of an audience out there, is that there are 3 program advisors in the School of Communication, and our students can see any of them. We have office hours 5 days a week. So please come see a program advisor in the School of Communication. If you have any questions, we are there and we are available. So
that's what's up. That's what's happening, man. I just wanted people to know, Dr. Weber is just a phenomenal person, and she goes out of her way to not only help students, but also staff. She's always doing things and putting herself in a position to be a positive influence around people. And I'm just thankful to have come across your presence and being able to do this interview with you today. It's just wonderful.
The feeling's mutual, Jimmy. Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to say this, you have enhanced so many lives here at Chapman University. And I know students probably come to you all the time. Thank you, Dr. Weber. We're just checking on you, Dr. Weber. I know, does that happen? You don't have to be shy about that. I mean, because you're the type of individual that people like letting know we appreciate you. And I have been here only for a year. And throughout my year, my presence here, you've been phenomenal. If I see you, hey, Dr. Weber, what's going on? I can see you at one of the events. I'm like, hey, what's going on over here? It's a School of Calm. I think I'm in School of Calm. That's what I say. Let's see if we can all get together and do something right here.
Oh, actually, I just heard, do you remember Kyrie Carter?
Sure.
Yeah, Kyrie just got into grad school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is what's Kyrie Carter. And we want to congratulate him on getting into grad school. One of my fellow classmates. Yeah. And we're going to let this one go a while, too. Kyrie is a wonderful young man from the Bay Area, a different Bay Area, Florida,
right? Florida,
St. Petersburg Bay Area, Tampa Bay Area. Yes, but that is such a wonderful thing, and he's going to do wonderful in grad school and beyond. Such a great individual that's going to give so much to our Chapman University and everyone around him, and be so productive in life in general. So it's something I got on my mind, Dr. Weber. I know Chapman is not a very diverse university, and Kyrie and I think we were the only two African American students in the class we were in, but we had a wonderful time, and we kind of broke barriers by getting everyone involved and engaged, and I believe communication is so important. And once we allowed ourselves to communicate with the rest of our staff, not staff, but the rest of our class, I mean, it was such a wonderful class, and we had a wonderful time. But speaking about diversity and inclusion, and Chapman University is on the cutting edge of becoming more diversified. How do you feel diversity and inclusion is increasing here at Chapman University, and where do you see it going within the next 5 years?
Well, I mean, having hired Dr. Stewart, I was actually luckily, I was part of some of his interview, and I'm so excited to have him here. He's going to really, I think, change the culture and help not him by himself, but hopefully help really, be a catalyst for that change. The other thing I would say is working on a interdisciplinary team with some incredible faculty in the School of Communication, Education, Wilkinson, Schmid, to bring the McNair program to Chapman. It's one of the TRIO programs. It's a federal grant to help first generation and underrepresented minorities pursue graduate education. And we're just applying for the grant this year. And I know that some of my colleagues have been in meetings in the last week with President Strupa and Provost Bouchard. And just watching that all come together, and just this interdisciplinary team of faculty that are so passionate about it and really want to make this happen and want to bring the McNair program to Chapman. I think that is going to really make an impact. So fingers crossed that, we get this grant, and the people that are working hard on it are, will be part of it.
Most definitely. We're going to keep our fingers crossed in that aspect. And we just look for so many great things that happen here at Chapman University. And thank you for what you do, and being a part of the change here. And it's a wonderful, wonderful progression. And I'm glad to be a part of it also. And to Dr. Stewart, we want to give a little applause. Welcome. Yes, welcome, Dr. Stewart. And we also, Dr. Mark Hobson has recently, I don't know if he's 2, maybe 3 months in. Dr. Mark Hobson is in the
he started
ethnic
this summer.
studies.
Yeah.
Ethnic studies
Yeah.
section. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's another shout out to Dean Mark Hobson. Yeah. We recently had him here in the studio, and we had a wonderful interview.
Oh, wonderful.
But that concludes our story time right now. And I'm going to go for a little short break, and you all just get you some chips and dips, whatever. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to have your mind melted?
I'm going into this mind. So this is our portion of Mind Melt. And this is where I'm going to pose an odd, maybe philosophical question and see where the guest takes it. And I'm just going to come up with some random questions for you, Dr. Weber. And if you can please just give me what you got on your mind. All right? Okay. So tell me, what everyday action will be funnier if you did a tennis grunt every time you performed?
Typing.
And why?
I just think it would make writing a little bit more interesting. Maybe.
Yes. Thank you for that answer. The next one would be, you can only wear a black shirt with white text on it for the rest of your life. What does this shirt say?
Be kind, be grateful.
Oh my, I like it. I love it. Thank you for that. The next question is, if there was only one cause that you could support in the world, just one cause that you could support in this world, what would that cause be and why?
Well, right now what's been on my mind a lot lately is because of some of the legislation that's being passed in Texas and in Florida, just advocating for trans kids and the LGBTQ community. Some of the stuff that's happening right now is really scary, and that's like not even thinking about Ukraine and everything going on with that. But I think, I think this situation in Texas is really scary to me, and to a lot of people that I'm close with. So
thank you. So my last question to you, well, maybe my last one. What would your one occupation in the world be if you had the choice, and why?
I gotta say, my favorite part of my job is the advising piece and meeting one-on-one with students. And I think if I could, I would probably do that. If I could just do one part. I love my job, but that is definitely my favorite part, is meeting one-on-one with students and helping them like kind of think about their path through college and their path after college. And
awesome.
I love that.
You wouldn't want to be in film or anything like that? You wouldn't want to do?
No. Oh my gosh. No, I don't even like that I'm on camera right now. Can we turn that off?
Understood. I mean, I want to ask you probably one last question in this mind melt. If you could go back in history and be impactful, how would that be? What would you do to change history? If you can go back let's go back eons. Let's go back a long way. And you're one of the first human beings on this earth and you want to get it started. What could you do to put this world in a better place? What's the one thing you can do?
Oh, I think misogyny is a big issue. And I think that started way back when. Sure. I feel like if maybe we nip that in the bud from the very beginning, we would have a lot less issues in our world.
No doubt. I concur with that. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being able to grace us with your presence, give us all of the wonderful commentary and the wonderful questions and answers, just answer all of our questions and provide the audience with such a wonderful, broad perspective of who you are and what you're involved in here at Chapman University. It's been my pleasure having you here. And at this time, this is going to conclude our segment of Compod podcast. And I thank you so much, Dr. Weber, for being on the show. And like I said, it's truly been a wonderful opportunity to speak with you here on this interview and just to hear all of your information and to give shouts out to WVU, Morgantown, go Mountaineers. You know, I got a lot of friends over there, a lot of staff. I look forward to possibly going back to the university and maybe doing some things, and hopefully we can engage and make something happen. WVU Chapman, Panthers Mountaineers. There we are.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
So thank you again, Dr. Weber, and it has been my pleasure. This will conclude our segment. Please make sure you follow us on Spotify and Instagram at The Compod. Also follow me at JC Gardner Speaks on all of your social media outlets. You can listen to me at Chopping It Up with Jimmy C on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and YouTube. I am DJ Jimmy C, the Exoneree, signing off with the Compod. Thank you.